Hello, 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 how are you? This is Els coming to you from Bemis Crafty Corner, and I have a project for us today. It's this one, and it is a paper clip, hidden paper clip pen holder to put in our journals, and it's removable. So I'm going to get everything out, supplies and all that, and we'll get started on this. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, tools for this one are pretty basic. Scoring tools, paper clip, paper trimmer, adhesive, ink, and a dot rule. So, first things first, we're going to want four strips of 1.5 inch wide paper. And we want it to be, the piece that you're using has to be at least 5.5 inches, okay? So 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. So you could cut this out of a scrap. And 1.5. Now, you have to decide which of these pieces is going to be your inside piece. And I left this white so you can see there's an inside piece and then there's an outside piece. So we have to decide which one is going to be which. And I think that this is going to be my inside piece, these ones here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these down to 4 inches. So now they are 1.5 by 4. Save those. And then the outside pieces are 5.5. Okay, which for this, these are, I think, they're like just under 5 3/4. So I'm going to leave them the way they are. Okay. So that's all of our cutting, and I will be right back. We'll do some quick scoring, and then we'll get some assembling done. Okay, I'll be right back. So the next thing we want to do is we want to put these pieces together. So I'm going to put some glue on this one. You want to make sure if your paper is directional that you have it going in the right direction. And you want to put your two pieces together, matching it up perfectly. Lines, edge to edge, corner to corner, all that stuff, okay? Now if you need to do a little trimming, that's fine. We're going to do both pieces this way. Putting them together. Okay. Now, if you need to, you can, hit this with a brayer or, a gift card or something like that, just to kind of make sure you get that glue smoothed around. And we're going to let those dry. But this one here, we're going to take this one, we're going to put it in our scoreboard. Doesn't matter which side we put it in. We're going to score this at 1 3/4. Okay. Hills into valleys, valleys into hills. So we're going to go ahead and fold it. And then I'm going to round all my corners, and I'm going to go ink all my pieces. So if you're going to go ink, go and do that now. Rounding corners, rounding corners. Rounding corners on both pieces, and then inking. And then when I come back, we're going to put the whole thing together. It is really super simple. Okay? So I will be right back. Now that I've inked both pieces, we're going to get out a paper clip. Now normally I use owl clips, but for this one I like this square one. And it's because this paper is, these points are never going to have any contact with my pages. So I'm going to put the short side of the clip on the short side of the paper, and the big side of the clip on the big side of the paper. And I'm just going to make sure that it's nice and in the center. And then I'm going to get out my glue. And I'm going to put glue all over this front piece. Just the front piece, not the back. Okay? All around my paper clip. Don't use hot glue for this, okay? I'll tell you why. Because it's going to crack. And then I'm going to take my longer strip, and I'm going to put that right there matching up my edges, just like that. And then I'm going to put some clips on this and let it dry. So let me grab a couple of clips up here. I'm going to put some clips on just to let it dry. And then when I come back, we'll complete the rest of this process, okay? So I will be right back. Now that this is dry, we're going to move on to the next part. And for that, we're going to take a pen, a pencil, whatever you have that's round, and you're going to kind of roll the paper around it. Okay? Because you want this to be a little bit rolled. Okay? So you can see now I have a roll in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and put glue on this side. All the way around. All around my paper clip. And then I'm going to take this end and put it right here. And press it down. And then I'm going to put my clips back on, and I'm going to be letting this part dry. And while we're waiting for this one to dry, I'm going to show you a way to turn this into a make-ahead. And so I will be right back. So to do this as a make-ahead, all you're going to do is take a piece of, I like to use file folder for this, and so I'm going to cut a single piece of 1.5 by 4 and score it at 1 3/4 inches. Okay, and then I am going to fold that, valleys into hills, hills into valleys, fold it over and add my paper clip. All right. Now at this point, I will put on my glue, and I will glue down my outside piece, which again is just a single cut of file folder, or cardstock, whatever I want to use. I'm going to put that on. I'm going to roll this again, just getting a little bit of a roll in there. There we go. Glue on the other side. Now if you're using a fatter pen, by all means cut this strip a little longer, okay? We're going to put that down. We'll put 2 clamps on this to hold it all together. And we'll let it dry. That's going to be our make-ahead, and I'll show you how to work that using some scraps when I come back. Okay? Well, maybe. I'm going to show you the other one first. I'll be right back. Alright, so here it is. This is the first one. This is the one that we made out of actual paper. And it does have some color inside. You could also pop a hole in here and put, a charm on it or something if you wanted to. And it just slides onto the page just like that. And then, you can put your pen in it. Alright? So that's it. It's quick and it's easy, and you can move it anywhere you want throughout your journal. So as you're writing in your book, you can move this to whatever page you're writing on. So you can also use it to mark your page. All right, so now let's talk about this guy. Now it's not completely dry yet, but that's okay. So for this one, if we wanted to say cover this, well, we're going to take a piece of paper that's 1.5 inches wide. And this is just a small scrap, so let me take a look and make sure that it's 1.5. 1.5. Okay, so you take a piece of paper that's 1.5. Boop. And this, you can actually open this just a little bit. So if you open this up, you can put some glue on here. A little bit of glue on there. Open it up. Put your paper in. Press down. Now you're able to trim that off with your scissors. And you can get your corner rounder in here if you want to, and make sure that you get that nice and cleaned up. And now you've got the inside done, and now let's do the outside. So again, all we're going to do is cut a strip that is 1.5 inches. Okay. I'm going to pre-round corners on this one. Ooh, I'm going to do it heavier paper because it doesn't want to do it because it's really thin. There we go. Okay, now round our corners, ink this. We're going to add some glue. We're going to put this on the short side. Where we want it. We're going to wrap it around and glue it on this side. Bring it down. Let our glue dry. Then we're going to trim off our end and re-round our corners. There. We'll put some ink on, and we will have made a pen holder for our journal, and it's made ahead because we just made the base and then we put the paper on it later. Okay, so 2 ways of doing this one project. There's one, here's the other one. Very cool, very quick, very easy little project. You can use your scraps for it, and it just basically gives you a project that you can make ahead and have in your stash to add to any journal that you make. Okay? Or you can make it specific for a journal. That's it. That's all I have for you today. If you're new here and you haven't done so already, hit the button for me and subscribe. Why not? Hey. Also, you can check out my community tab or the post or whatever they're calling it now, and you can get a list of everything that I've got going on. That list is also available in my Facebook group if you'd like to go over there. There's links in the description box below. You could also check out my Ko-Fi for some free digitals, or go over my Patreon and support the channel. Until I see you again, stay well, my friends. Bye-bye.